Hello everybody, welcome to Bersih 3.0!
My fellow Malaysians, my salams, I can't even begin to express the pride that we all feel as Malaysians join hands across time and distance to demand what is rightfully ours: free and fair elections. We say to our leaders, stop fighting us, for we will only grow stronger.
A clean election should always be the rights of a population. In Australia, we are so lucky, and sometimes I think we take for granted the fact that we have clean, democratic elections. And it's exactly what you deserve, and the Greens will support you in any way we can.
Alright, I'm just going to start with the 8 demands. Okay? For those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you do. Okay? I'll just go through them very briefly. Alright? Clean the electoral roll. Reform postal ballot. Use of indelible ink. Minimum 21-day campaign period. Free and fair access to media. Strengthen public institutions. Stop corruption. And stop dirty politics. Okay, so far that was July 9, 2011. Okay, 28th April 2012, we have indelible ink. We have indelible ink. Okay, there has been no commitment to enforce these changes before the 13th general election. The EC chair recently said that Malaysia has the cleanest electoral roll in the world. International observers. Malaysia has sent observers to 2 countries to observe elections. So we believe in the system. But why do we want anyone to come and see ours?
They are rubbish!
Say it with me. The EC is not independent.
They are Amno!
Now, the Constitution provides that the EC must enjoy public confidence. The key word there is must. It is our right to demand this. It is our right as voters. It is our right as Malaysians to have an independent EC and to have a clean and fair election. Thank you.
Non-Malaysians have been given voting rights, and specifically illegal immigrants. If an illegal immigrant is given a fake Malaysian ID, they may be able to vote. In Sabah, where like 75% of them are illegal immigrants. So do the math. How's your constituency going to be fair? Next, dual postal voters. Okay, so if you're in the army or the police personnel, you get a different IC from your civilian IC. So that means you have 2. What does that mean? If you have 2 votes, what does that mean? There are many other problems, like voters with no specific house address, postal voters with spouses of the same sex. Ladies and gentlemen, in Malaysia, it's still illegal to be married to someone of the same sex. All these problems amount to over 400,000 dubious voters. That's enough to swing 35 federal seats either way. Come on, man, what's the Electoral Commission doing about this? Exactly, they're doing nothing. That's why they must resign. We must voice this now.
Bersih, bersih! Bersih, bersih! EC resign! EC resign!
Because we feel this movement represents something very critical. that we feel that there's something seriously wrong with what's happening in Malaysia, and we want to fix it. Now, the Najib administration, in response after the Bersih 2, did tone down their rhetoric, try to be less hostile, and have a parliamentary committee to look into the issues. But now we know that there was all window dressing. They were not going to address this issue, and that's why we are here today. You've already heard today about the problems in the electoral roll. You know, we have over 65,000 people who are 85 years and old. This is fantastic, isn't it? We even have got somebody on the voting roll who's 149 years old. That breaks the Guinness Book of Records. You know, in Malaysia, it seems that the dead rise up and come to the election to vote. You know, like in a vampire movie. But in Malaysia, it's only on election day. Just one day. We also know that there are tens of thousands of non-Malaysians who somehow are on the roll, but you people here, you Malaysians who are so keen about democracy that you want to turn up here today, but you can't vote. Now, is that fair? No! Aside from the problems in the road, we also know that there is an incredible gerrymander established in the voting system. You know, the smallest seat, Putrajaya, has got about 6,000 voters. And the biggest, Kapa, held by the opposition, has 112,000 people. That's 17 times. Now, the analysis has been done about this disparity between the number of people in different seats. And they have calculated that a government relying on, a party relying on those small seats can take power with as little as 15.4% of the vote. There's no doubt today that if the election is held before the electoral roll is fixed up, no one will have any credible belief in the government. So today I ask you to be resolute, to be strong, to be steadfast, and because our cause is just and right, stay firm until Bersih is victorious.
Given the momentous change Malaysia is going through at present, we can no longer afford to stand by the sidelines and watch the country my father said is going down the drain actually go down the drain. Now, I will take you through, there are a lot of people who think there are arguments for why overseas voting should not be entertained. Okay, one of the major ones is that we don't pay tax in Malaysia. We don't pay tax in Malaysia. Okay, I will take you through how that argument is fundamentally flawed. Now, you have to first understand what a tax is. A tax is an involuntary payment to a public authority. Okay? Yeah, it is. That is a definition of tax. Okay. When I go back to Malaysia, I like to go out and eat. I like to go out and shop. I pay something called a service tax. I pay something called a sales tax. Those of us who still have ancestral property will also pay property tax through quit rent, capital gains tax, and so on and so forth. Now, what about those foreigners who do pay income tax in Malaysia? Do they deserve a voting right? Yes. I'm a citizen of Malaysia, but I'm denied my fundamental right as a citizen, my right to vote, on the basis I don't contribute to the economy. Those of us who still have EPF accounts in Malaysia, those of us who still have bank deposits in Malaysia, That amount of money is reinvested in the economy. So how dare you tell me that I'm not contributing to my economy financially? Oh, this one is a bit interesting. The other argument, the common one, is that we don't make enough an effort to go back to Malaysia to vote. We don't make an effort. We are clamoring for our right to vote. We are fighting for it. And you tell me I'm not making an effort. What do you call an effort then? Go and give people 200 ringgit to vote, is it? And also for those of you who are eligible to vote at the moment, government servants in the crowd, full-time students, please go and exercise your right to vote this time around. Don't let it go.
But wherever you go, you always carry Malaysia in your hearts. It's your home. You can't ever let it go. So with that in mind, thank you all for coming here again and supporting us. Thank you.
Wrong rally, I guess.
Use your freedom, use your liberty to fight for our liberty back home. So you should be all very proud, and I know that Malaysia back there will be very proud of what you're doing today. And let me say, I was so moved and so touched since I attended the first meeting here last July. If Indonesia can democratize, if your northern neighbor Thailand can change their government at will, and if now Burma is on the road to democracy, why not Malaysia? There is no excuse in the world. This movement, Bersih, is just the beginning. Nobody can stop you because the whole wide world now put that power to be in Malaysia on notice. You are the spearheading of this movement. I hope you never stop, and I know you will never stop because I know that deep down you care so much for Malaysia. The thing that they dish up, right, to stop democracy in Malaysia is so ridiculous, it's so just out of this world that nobody, no civilized country, no civil society anywhere could accept it. And I know that you care so much because you want to be free, you want to be able to speak, because I know that you want to share in shaping this country, because Malaysia has so much to offer. Malaysia can walk so high, so tall among the ASEAN, and now to be reduced to what it is now is not acceptable. Having said that, I'd like to appeal to all my Malaysian my Malaysian friends who've been here, who settled here, that they now prosper, they now enjoy their good life here in Australia, that they owe this to themselves, and that they owe Malaysia, they owe themselves, they owe their family, they owe their family back home. The need to be involved, the need to support people like you, all the Malaysian, all the movement, Bersih in Malaysia. I hope that the other staff other than the leader in the Electoral Commission in KL feel the same, feel the shame, feel the need to change and march out or protest or scream or cry, because this is a country that deserves to be better. I'm very passionate about your cause because I came from a country in Cambodia that's been through hell, and I know that this sweeping movement for the spring for democracy cannot be stopped and will never be stopped, because I know that you will not allow it to stop until you achieve what your hunger, what you're dying, your passion for. So congratulations, continue to fight, because the whole world behind you, the whole world watching Malaysia. Thanks very much indeed.
Rakyat Malaysia, saat kau terluka, ku kan bangkit dan bersuara. ku pada negara selamanya.
This year, we are definitely the biggest rally outside Malaysia. 1,250 people. You should be very proud of yourselves and proud to be Malaysian. Thank you all.
During the polling day itself, in Sabah and Sarawak, most of the voters will come from rural areas. And what has the Election Commission done?